What's the word, Source Hunter? I cannot condone the terrible things she's done, but I can seek to understand them. With our soul forged in such tatters, I believe Leandra is adrift in the not at all inconsiderable sorrows of our lives. What's more, I sense a terrible force bearing down upon the bond between us. It is hungry, and it consumes ever more of Leandra's mind and soul. I cannot say exactly what this force might be, but I'm certain it's both driving me out and driving Leandra on. If I could only repair the forge, I'm certain she'd put a stop to this madness. You must venture into the inner sanctum of one of the sacred, immaculate temples in Lucula Forest. Leandra has hidden it well, but within its deepest depths you'll find a hidden library. What's inside I cannot say, but I know something of great value to her is kept within. The Immaculates are no invention of Leandra's, though styling herself as its so-called conduit is, I must say, rather clever. They were an ancient religious group, countless sorcerers among them numbering hundreds of thousands before the death of Brachus Rex and the abolishment of Source. Leandra's little cult has retaken this immaculate banner and repurposed the ancient immaculate temples after their own fashion. The temple you must find is particularly well hidden. You'll have to become an immaculate yourself in order to gain access to it. If the time comes that you must reveal yourself as imposters, you'll have many an impassioned foe to face. You'll know you've reached the right place when you meet the priest who calls himself Mangoth. He protects the blood. It is he who you must ultimately defeat. Gods, Death Knights, this is dreadful news. Worse than I could have expected. Death Knights are a terrible sign, Source Hunter. Historically, they indicate their maker's intention to wage total war. Death Knights are impervious to attack, you see. The perfect soldiers. We must learn all we can about Leandra's plans for the army she's building. Fortunately, you seem to have found a crucial piece of the puzzle. A spell that will make her dreaded knights vulnerable to attack. Excellent work, Source Hunter. Simply excellent. We need to learn more about Leandra's operations. I've seen mere flashes of what she's planning, but her enterprise is growing at an alarming rate. If we want to learn more about this cult, the so-called Immaculates, you'll have to join their ranks and explore as deeply into their elite as possible.
A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there two of us? Two beings that record all of his...
May the goddess guide you through the forest and keep you safe.
Remember, O brothers and sisters,
Blessed
O
be the
seeking
goddess,
souls,
and
the
blessed
miracles
be the
with which the
conduit.
blessed conduit rid our mean and mangled bodies
Let
of the
me
rot
spill
that
blood
plagued it.
for thee, O Holy
Miracles
One.
we deem them no longer, no. Infinitely
Immaculate
greater
I
we
want
now
to be.
know them to be.
The blood of the
They are
lost
the
will
blessings
flow.
of the goddess wrought in action. The goddess is the word. Through the conduit she speaks, and through me her wisdom is repeated. How may I enlighten you? I am Loic, enlightened one among Immaculates, spokesman for the holy conduit, as she is spokesman for the goddess herself. Hers is the blood. Then it shall be my pleasure to answer them. We are the chosen ones of the goddess. The benedictions of the blood render our bodies and spirits unblemished, for such is her mercy, that we may all become part of the sacred soul. And you too, Seeker, could become one such part. The goddess is the light and life of all. Corrupt is the world that generations of men and beasts have left behind. but immaculate it may be once more, cleansed in the blood of the unworthy. The few, the proud, the enlightened, theirs will be her kingdom. When red has run until no red is left, a paradise we will have shapen, and the goddess will dwell among us. The conduit, yes. She, the most exalted of all, second only to the goddess. It was she who brought us first her divine words, then her divine will, a will made real in blood. Truly, though, she is quite beyond your concern, O wandering soul. She stands so very high above your humble station. Do you hold it to be true, O seeker, that you are ready to be tested? A most sacred trio of queries shall I put before thee, but even if thou falterest but a single time, unworthy will thou be deemed of the goddess's love. Blessed be your willing spirit. We commence. Premise the first. In honor of the goddess, that which was stellar must become sanguine. Correct?
For thee, O Holy One.
Correct.
Agreed. That is correct.
Premise the second. The blood of the greater should be used in service of the lesser, so that balance may be achieved. Correct?
For thee, O Holy One.
Incorrect.
Yes, that is incorrect.
Premise the third. Only those who have partaken in the spilling of blood and thereby created the stone that lives, the stone soaked with blood, may be called an immaculate. Correct?
Correct.
Agreed. That is correct.
Most gratifying. Oh, yes, most exemplary indeed. You have understood the words of the goddess, and I deem you worthy of her true test, of the true trial that shall make you an immaculate. To become an immaculate, you must experience both the goddess's bane and her boon. Leave Silver Glen and take the western path. Follow it to where the winds howl and a great skull looms within the rocks. There you will find it, the hollow and the true trial within. Immaculate guards bar the way, but tell them you have my blessing and they shall let you pass. But take utmost care. The road is beset with horrors, and your mettle will be truly tested before you've even set foot within the goddess's trial. You've got the look of one tested and ready for such a challenge. I bid thee good luck. I shall await you in the Chamber of Blood.
In her holy name, halt! You shall not tread upon this immaculate road! Has rot taken your ears? I say this is an immaculate road! Only those blessed with like sanction may pass here! Come to think of it, yeah, you're absolutely right. I am an immaculate just as much as Loik is, and I say you may pass. So there, be on your guard though, for vicious creatures crawl upon these sands. Find the skull of stone, but don't stray any further unless you wish to face foes greater than those that haunt most dreamscapes. Ah, you have passed the test. That means you must be on your way to the true trial. Congratulations, Initiate. You are more than welcome to proceed. Be on your guard, though, for vicious creatures crawl upon the sands. Find the Skull of Stone, but don't stray any further unless you wish to face foes greater than those that haunt most dreamscapes. It pleases me to suppose that one of your strength and ability may soon join our ranks. Future friend. Yeah, I believe you stand a fair chance against the trials that await you.
I suppose we'll be spared the troll toll this time around.
Better a toll than being spun into dinner.
Out of the way, human scum! Your stink is making my eyes sting! I wouldn't make an enemy of Kadraska's pigskin unless you fancy being swarmed by the legions of eight-legged friends I have at my beck and call. If you're not interested in purchasing the finest goblin wares in Rivellon, I'd prefer to go somewhere your stench can't insult me. It's strange, Pigskin, how one so rank and stupid as yourself has managed to avoid collecting toll from one of Lucula's many bridges. You must be King Kangir's favorite pet. But to answer your idiotic query, yes, a proud goblin am I, and as such I've got the most well-crafted equipment to sell to undeserving rat-bellies such as yourself. This particular stock is fresh from the anvil of the goblin blacksmith from our village across the plains here. I'd suggest buying from me now, Monkey Face, for I doubt you'll make through the storm and the spiders with all your delicate parts in place. Yes, Pigskin, they run this territory, except the goblin village, of course. But I can know full well how to deal with the Spider Queen. Quite a valuable piece of knowledge in these parts, as you'll come to find out. Though I suppose, a sack of gold, the weight of 1,300 coins, might put me in the mood to share. I'm a business goblin first, Pigskin, so let's make a deal. Here's what I know. The Spider Queen is not so different from any other monarch. That is to say, Rat Belly, that she loves a little sweet talk.
I'd love to set mother upon this cruel hiss-beast.
Just say the word, lady. Unless you meant... Well, when you said mother, I just assumed... Onwards, comrades! Crawling like a rat.
A tempest of dust. What happened to the lush forests of Lucula?
These high plains seem a far more treacherous landscape.
Days they drag their souls through fields of dust. Feet fret through fields unfamiliar.
What are you going on about? I think the dust's getting to her, comrade.
coming to Frederick's aid. He's been attacked, turned upon by his imp slave, cast down this hillside like an aged parent of a cragged sea cliff, left to be devoured by arachnid monstrosities. Who Frederick is unimportant. He is naught but a cog in the machinery of the greater good. But since you ask, since you cannot bear to remain unknowing of this person, Frederick will tell you this. He is a devotee to the goddess, to the Church of the Immaculate, to liberty, destiny, justice, and beauty, to scholasticism, mysticism, aphorism, nepotism, neologism, disestablishmentarianism, and the undead right to life. Frederick finds himself wary of it, to be quite honest. Don't look so surprised. Imps have a long history of compulsory service to the superior races of Rivellon. Frederick would be a fool to refuse the services of the realm's finest bloodstone-sniffing beast on moralistic grounds, no matter how humane or well-reasoned. A valuable artifact, precious like the silence in a house newly emptied of a visiting mother-in-law. It is able to heal even the gravest wounds, and it is a key component of the Immaculate Faith. Frederick had hoped to retrieve the shard and be welcomed into the Immaculate Fold with open arms befitting his value. But now he'll need it to heal the broken leg he suffered at the hands of that wretched imp. It is told the shard belonged to the wizard Maradino, whose secret lair the perceptive traveler can find atop the very cliff that stands behind Frederick. Frederick may be over-eager, like a grandfather slavering over his supper several hours before the fall of evening, but if you could retrieve the stone along with the criminal imp who left him here to die, Frederick would regard you with the highest esteem. That blasted imp!
Stand back, pigskin. You are not welcome on our hallowed grounds. To me, my goblins, gather round your totem. The spirits summon and die for yes, so am I. You perceive things clearly, human. The great spirit totem will want to speak with you. He'll decide your final fate. Until you do, you are forbidden to leave our tribe's seat. Drink spirit wine. What have we here? One of two. The two of one. The torn of time. Oh, I know all about you. Clueless outcast, more than you know yourself. Among these faithful minions of mine, you may stay unharmed. You may leave unmolested, but only if you indulge me. I wonder, don't you know? Reflect on that which was, is, and shall be. And I wonder how you would respond to a few hypotheticals, if hypotheticals indeed they are. Then let us begin. Say you meet two soldiers on a strip of beach. They impede your way, the discourteous drunks. Do you accept their orders to accompany them? Or do you stay true to your course and damn their lives? Goblins, gather round your totem.
I would accept their orders.
So would I.
Now say you meet a starving man. He is eyeing raw fish on a merchant stall as if it were the world's greatest treasure. Do you slap his hand bent on thievery? Or do you close your eyes to his lawless intent?
I would close my eyes.
So would I.
And finally, say that you meet a creature in distress. A beast of burden, perhaps, wounded while protecting his mistress or master when they were assaulted by lonely bandits. Do you go to great lengths to save it, even though it doesn't concern you in the least? Or do you leave it to die and become carrion bird supper?
I would go to great lengths to save it.
So would I.
You have answered me truthfully. You who have been ripped from the ages. Your words do not belie your actions. Hear the spirits speak, my goblins. It is not to be speared, this creature. It may freely dwell among your kind. Now stand and fall to earth in reverence of this totem. Now stand and enough. Go and rest. Drink spirit wine.
Our great totem has welcomed you into our fold, it seems. In that case, I am pleased to offer the monkey face a variety of top-quality goods.
Feeling hot under the collar? Heat.
Once more, the filth talks, your wagging tongue. I may just roast it whether the totem likes it or not. I, insolent and ignorant pigskin, am Sada Kandras, chief of goblins. I am the totem bearer, the lord of earth and sky. One day, all the world will bow before me and whisper my name in reverence. That wretched insect is who I am. Sada Kandras. Village. Ha! This is a tribe seat. This is sacred ground. The only reason you still live is because the totem will so. I would make you a slave, just like all those other humans. The ones sent to us by Orc bitch Grootilda. She, Hoghide, is chief bitch of worm-weak orcs in Hunter's Edge. Go there, yes, go, and she will make you orc bitch slave. Grovel, little human. Grovel before spineless orc woman.
A mangy one he is. Not much meat on his bones at all.
Goblins don't care for skinning. Work he can, so gold them will give us.
Gold? Aye. Enough to buy myself another human. For cooking.
If you want human for cooking, why not use this'n?
I told you he'd but a mangy one. Want a fat one for stews and pies.
Ooh, human haggis. Good.
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer.
Blessed may you be by all seven gods, dear champion. But for your timely intervention, I would have ended up in either an orcish cauldron or the goblin slave pen, whence these thugs were ordered to march me. I'm from Hunter's Edge, a hamlet to the east of here. Heed my advice and stay well away from that pitiable place, for no human may walk there freely anymore. The orcs came in the night, and we stood as much chance as chickens would, locked in a henhouse with a pack of starving wolves. Not to mention that our champion Medora had already abandoned us. Those who escaped their initial frenzy, eluded their horrid hunger, were all enslaved. I myself was en route to be sold as a slave to the goblins, but those idiot orcs denied to pay a troll their eternal troll toll. Needless to say, a fight ensued. A fight that brute of a troll won with flying colours. We merry three were the only ones to escape the carnage and taking a bit of a breather. That is to say, the fight had made my orc guardians hungry once more. Had Pudgy Pete survived, it'd have been skinned and chopped by now. Regular devils, these orcs. Go ahead. The goblins have been the masters of Silverglen's mines for a while now. Took it by force. From what I hear, the erstwhile miners back in the village have no idea their brethren from Hunter's Edge are being forced to slave in their lost quarry. The more fool them. Ask me not why it has been the nucleus of such strife, for I haven't the foggiest. In truth, I don't intend to find out either. Thanks again for freeing me, dear champion. I'll make a dash for it to Sai Seal, and hope the undead there have grown sluggish enough for me to slip by.
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows. The very same, comrade. It's a blessing he didn't recognize me. I don't think I could have faced him. I'm sorry you had to hear that. The last thing I'd hoped to do on this journey was disappoint you. But my past screams louder than a parrot with its tail on fire. So many I failed. So many in such pain because of me. Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the next. It's no coincidence the Order retired me, or tried to anyhow, to such an aptly named little town. Way back when, the settlement was chartered as a stronghold for source hunters to keep watch over the borders of the Phantom Forest. Don't let the name fool you, though. These days, the forest is little more than a smattering of trees and ruins. A perfect posting for an old bull and her dotage like yours truly. In the days of old, though, the forest played host to source devils of every make and kind. Hunter's Edge was a settlement of source hunters tasked with watching over the border of the forest and putting down anything smacking a source that might creep out of it. By now, it's been centuries since anything more dangerous than a badger has come out of those woods. By and by, the source hunters moved out and regular folks set up shop. But the town's charter requires that at least one of our kind remain to keep the watch.
Seems these trolls have been busy of late.
They must be powerful indeed to overcome so many. Orcs and humans both.
One of the alien aspect approaches. Go on, my boy. State the ancient demand.
Troll.
Well nigh correct, my son, but not quite.
Troll.
You come very close in your approximation of the venerable bit, my boy. But a tiny flaw distorts it still.
Troll!
Capital, my son. Most excellent. I'm very proud of you indeed. Now then, dearest wanderer of Lucula's leaf-strewn lanes, you have heard our inviolable command. Pay us, trolls, the toll that is our prerogative, and the bridge shall be yours to cross. I am Bridgekeeper Archibald, and this wee cherub is my dear son, Amadeus. I'm in charge of his education, and will see to it that one day he shall become the greatest bridge-keeper ever to have voiced the hallowed tenet. Troll toll, yes, so he shall. So he shall indeed. Ask them, and I shall answer. Those clubbed unfortunates over yonder, they did not pay the toll, traveler. And to be clubbed, I'm afraid, is the fate that indubitably befalls those who do not heed the infrangible doctrine that is troll toll. Because our king deems it equitable that we should do so. His word is law amongst us trolls, and by extension, anyone who travels through his lands, the woods of Luculla. They say only one of your kind has ever met him, and even that is but a rumor. Maradino is the name this exception went by, a sorcerer. Know you, so quit that grimace of eccentric character. I was told he had a lair upon Luculla's desert plain, but have never seen proof myself. All for the better, I believe. For should he have stood in the presence of the king, his presence would have been snuffed decisively and brutally. Bang! With a bang indeed, Amadeus. Now then, my boy, please acquaint our aspirant bridge crosser with the quantity of the toll they must pay.
The toll is 1,000,000 gold coins.
Indeed it is not, Amadeus, as you very well know. Greed is a vice, my son. It is a vulture most vile that preys on virtue. Cast it from your soul and restate the pecuniary levy we desire with all your heart's honesty. 1,350 coins, please, traveler. 1,350 coins.
$1,350 or 1,000,000. We won't pay you two a penny.
Well spoken. Stand aside, trolls.
How very base and discourteous. This underling denies us our primordial privilege, tramples the sacred words of wisdom, the pious parole that is troll toll. For this we cannot stand. Say it, my boy. What do we do now?
We go clubbing!
Piercing assault!
They should have paid, right, Daddy? Now they need a sound old thrashing.
This is the end! For you!
Wake up, Daddy! Wake up! The humans need more clubbing.
Simfred! Get your fluffy ass back here!
I don't understand why we're staying put. Silver Glen can't be far away now, can it? Maurice, dearest, you do have a tendency to state the obvious.
Donnie would have been in stitches had he heard that. Howdy. Lovely day for a romp through the forest, ain't it? Ha! Like hell. Goblins round here swarm as thick as flies round my cattle's asses. Put an axe in my bodyguard's face, one of them did. Right where his big drunken nose used to be. So, you wish to partake in a polite little parley about our respective prospects, purposes, and expectations in life, do you? Rotten, cotton-picking nonsense, that. I'm Roy. I'm in the animal trade. And instead of knocking back cheap rye in Silver Glen, I'm stuck in a friggin' forest surrounded by totem-worshipping savages that want to use my privates for target practice. There. Now you know it all. Aye, my latest set of merchandise. Joy to herd 'em, that lot, until they crap all over your shoes, that is. Won't cost me fortunes on bootblack's wages much longer, though. Bought 'em for cheap from Berkshire back in the city, and I'm about to sell 'em dearly indeed in sacred stone. Full of lunatics, that place, or so I've been told. They'll slice these beasts from ear to ear the moment they can get their hands on 'em. Use the blood in rituals or some such. Lunatics, right? Madman. Must you? Donnie. Bah, some thug from Seal he was. All balls, no brains, you know. Perfect set of qualities to lead me past them zombies, I figured. Figured right, I did, until we met them goblins. Now, you can have balls bigger than that bull over there, but it takes a fair bit of wit and cunning to beat a goblin at the hunting game. And Donnie, I tell you, the simple soul would have believed you if you told him eggs grow on eggplants. Not but your typical mining settlement is Silver Glen. You know the kind. Rough and tumble shacks, rough and tumble workfolk, and a handful of women that let their petticoats drop to the floor the moment they see a shiny coin between your fingers. No kidding. Ferocious as a hungry mountain lion, that lot, with swords and spears for talons. Donnie and I must have adventured too far north. I'm just gonna hang low until I can no longer smell him, and then I'll make a dash for it. Without an escort this time. Oh, you'll provide protection, will ya? Be my paladin, my knight in shining armor. Like hell you will. You with your fancy weapons and armor, you rattle like a gypsy's wagon. Every damn goblin between here and the friggin' moon'll hear us coming. No, I'll get out of here soon enough by my God's damn self.
Such delicate.
I don't understand why we are staying put. Silver Glen can't be far away now, can it?
Don't just stay there, Go.
Maurice, dearest, you do have a tendency to state the obvious. A shiny day to you. Delighted to make your acquaintance. Your interest in my modest person truly flatters me. My name is Doreen, and this is my husband, my flame, my love, my Valentine, Maurice. Oh, Maurice, darling, do be quiet. He never bothered to master the human tongue, you see, and is therefore wholly incapable of indulging in this delightful conversation.
No.
Yes, that'll do, Maurice. He's just so excited, don't you know, as am I, to go to the golden pastures of Silver Glen. Roy, our owner, has been going on and on about how all of us will soon be in a better place indeed.
Your interest in my modest person truly flatters me. My name is... Oh, Maurice, darling, do be quiet.
Yes, that'll do, Maurice. He's just...
Dear me. Slaughter? Blood? This cannot be. We must do something. Maurice, darling, do something.
No!
Bit late for that, innit? Trust you to raise a moot point, Maurice. Oh, kind human, have mercy on us poor animals. Deliver us from certain death in horrid Silver Glen.
Sup, mate? I'm Timford, mate. Badass buck. Wood? Say what? I ain't joining that party, mate. I'm off. Cheers and peace out. I want, but I'm not interested. Later.
Back here, you
Dear
damn
gods, I
rabbit.
can picture it
Son
now.
of a
Humans
bat
with
outta
knives the
hell.
size of
Get
swords.
back.
We're doomed,
Gods be
Maurice.
damned.
Doomed.
You cows smell something fierce.
Oh, you always say the sweetest things. But you may skewer one of them with your horns, perhaps even as much as 5. In the end, you can't skewer them all. Poor Maurice, we're doomed.
Gods be damned. You cows smell something.
Ahoy, traveller. Let me salute you with true ovine spirit. Welcome. I'm Bruce, ram, roamer, and reveller. Revel in what you ask. The beauty that is Doreen. That is this sweet, nay, this cherubic cow. The cutest of her kind ever to have moved. Why, yes. Do tell me. Have you ever beheld a bovine belle as elegant as her? No, for such a cow does not exist. Would that I could partake in the privilege that boar of a bull enjoys. How cute and woolly her offspring would be. Leaving lambs on a lavender eiderdown. Tell me it isn't true. Am I to go like a sheep to the... Well, you know the horrid phrase. Please, help me, help me.
Well, well, well. The wee wabbit went away, eh? How wonderful. Blast your eyes. That cursed coney would have fetched me a pretty penny if it weren't for your meddling. What? You're soft of heart, are you? The poor dears shouldn't be killed. I should just give up on the gold they'll fetch me. Well, say no more. Seriously, shut it. You think I risk life and limb for a bit of beef and mutton? Either you pay me in gold, or you leave me alone before all this chatter attracts the damned goblins.
I'm too young to be turned into mutton. Save me! I'm too young to be
I guess 'twould be a kindness. Oh, all right, have 'em. Brought me nothing but trouble, they did. Your trouble now. Ha! So long, sucker. Back to Seal I go.
You should be. One day we shall repay this kindness. By my tail, I swear it. The hero of the hour, nay, the century. How agreeable it is to gaze upon you. My champion, I am in your debt. Maurice and I are infinitely grateful. May neither thine horns nor thine udders ever wither.
Moo?
Well said, my dear Maurice. Well spoken indeed. But what shall we do next? We can hardly travel with you, now can we, kind hero? Perhaps we could seek those legendary pastures that nasty creature of a Roy described. They may well be real, for a man such as he hasn't the imagination to dream up such a lovely place. Though perhaps it is safer and more convenient simply to return to Sisale.
Follow your dream, I say. Seek those pastures.
Did we save them from slaughter only to perish? They should go to Sisale, to safety.
Come now, don't we all look for our own little corner of paradise?
Consider this. Between the known and the unknown, which is always the safer course? Why, the known, naturally.
No, we'll do as I say and there's an end to it.
Yes, I had hoped you would say that. Oh, this is dizzyingly exciting. Maurice Dumpling, let us embark on a thrilling adventure forthwith.
Moo!